Good day, all. My name is Andre. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded, but I've done some rearranging. I've updated the book a bit, and I have some additions I'd like to share. Also, if you want a copy of the book, you can just message me on Messenger, and I'll be sure to give you a copy because I'm no longer with my publisher. So let me share the part that I added. One moment, please. Okay, this is the section A word to the reader that has been updated. It reads, spoken by Andre, generated by Oracle. As I have reflected upon these pages, I came to realize that I have written from within my own philosophical framework. Throughout this work, I have often spoke as one already standing within that vision, assuming that I had long held in my heart, but had not always stated plainly. For this reason, I offer this brief word that the reader may understand the foundation from which that follows proceeds. The first principle of this work is God as the infinite all. I do not begin with finite things and reason upward toward God. Rather, I begin with God as the fullness of being itself, and from that fullness I seek to understand all things. In mine eyes, being is unto space as God's omnipresence, unto matter as his omnipotence, and unto time as his omniscience, making distinguished the whole from the parts, as the whole is not the part nor the part the whole, yet seeing their whole expression together, not their finite expressions, but the fullness of them as one unified infinite whole. By these things, it is evident that the whole and the parts are fundamental as being is fundamental, as there is a part of what is is. What follows, therefore, is not an attempt to add parts to God nor diminish the sum of his created things. It is an attempt to distinguish without dividing the intrinsic expressions of his one infinite being. Distinguishing is not separation, even as the member is one of the body, are distinguishable without ceasing to belong to the one life that the body that it one sorry distinguishing this separation even as the members of one body are distinguishable without ceasing to belong to the one life of that body. Therefore, I understand the part by the whole and the whole through the expressions thereof. Thus, when I seek when I speak of space, matter, time, life, love, creation, I speak not of realities existing apart from God, but always in which, but of ways in which the infinite is known and expressed the ceasing, without ceasing to be one. The unifying principle of these listed above is God's law, and all of them express love. So law is not a part of love, apart from love, but love is always particular to these realities made seen by God. Thus, law is a harmony of being and order, harmony of being rightly ordered, meaning law is spirit, being is substance. In their unity, Hosanna, they reveal love, and woe, sin, is not a body or a being. It is departure from reality or it is a departure from rightly ordained order made seen by God. thinking the law is nothing, as Satan himself, as to this its end, corruption and death. For this cause I begin with infinity rather than with the world. Infinity is not empty. Infinity is not emptiness, but fullness of being. Nothing may be spoken, conceived, or known except the first presupposing being. And being itself is not a barren art abstraction, but living, active, and inexhaustibly real. Why then doth God reveal himself as love? Because infinity is not inherent, because infinity is not in, inert, but living. All that proceeded from infinite, that from the infinite breath, beareth, all that proceeded from the infinite beareth witness to the positive expression of his being, which is love. The infinite does not remain hidden within the within itself, but as but gives, sustains, orders, and brings forth life. Love is not merely an affection added to God, but the very manner of which the infinite expresses his being. Therefore, I answer to the ancient question, why is there something other than nothing? Because by saying there is, because love is, it is my hope that this statement may reveal as a key to the passage that follow. Wherefore one agrees, whether one agrees or disagrees, with my conclusions, let him first understand the principle from which they proceed. For this work is not written to divine, for this work is not written to divide reality into separate worlds, but to complete, the unity of all things in one form, whom all, whom, from whom all being, all life, and all love proceed. Thank you.